I, Adarsh Vyas, would like to represent some of my views regarding aparajita, which is also called as unchallenged success. Failures and success are the part of life, but nothing succeeds like success. But success does not seem to sustain itself. The great intoxication called success balances itself on a very uncertain wicket. Strangely, the habit of success becomes an obsession. Achievers cannot take failure for an answer, but success does not guarantee itself on a lifelong, long-term basis. It is here today, it is not there tomorrow. It is like the queen of the night who is omnipresent but is as evasive as the honeybee which tempts and buzzes away with its wings. The sound of the bee is there for all to listen, but the bee itself plays hide and seek. So is the success, the fragrance of which spreads far and wide, tempting each one of us to taste its intoxicating flavor, but as we near, it flies past having the last laugh. All the strategies of management cannot ensure success on a sustainable basis. Irrespective of the field, success is like the night queen. A debutant batsman scores a hurricane century in one inning or even in successive innings, but as the public expectations rise and tempers run high, the hero is bowled out in the first ball of the another match, probably the successive one, and the one can see him walking away with his head low and biting the chewing gum harder than before. One can see such examples in every field. A seasoned politician known for retaining his or her own seat with sizable vote margin suddenly losing the security deposit. A top corporate leader known for being a successful jet flying executive overnight being shown the door by the management. All these ups and downs of life seem to be normal affair, but those who undergo these experiences describe them as traumatic, often resulting in hitting the bottle, taking to sedatives, antidepressants, and anti-anxiety drugs. Now comes the billion-dollar question. What is the way to ensure that success sustains itself and does not give way to powerful challenges? Of course, planning, organizing, coordination, and control are the four essential pillars of scientific management that can go on a long way to make success an enduring way of life. But even these pillars crumble under the challenges that emanate from the fury of time, nature, and unseen power. These factors dictate the course of life in a very potent and powerful manner, though invisibly. That is why probably the father of economics, Adam Smith, ascribed the principle of the subject to the invisible hand in his framed work, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations. Smith was a philosopher of the first rank and emphatically pronounced that it is philosophy and philosophy alone that controls the commerce between individuals, societies, and nations. This is probably the reason why a doctorate gained in any subject, irrespective of the discipline, is decorated with PhD, which is doctorate in philosophy of any subject. A deeper analysis of the three factors that control human life, namely time, nature, and unseen power that can be attributed to fate, destiny, and will. Time, which we call as Kal, is beyond human control, and time is a great test that everyone has to pass through. Time determines past, present, and future, and therefore it is itself the fate. Nature is supreme and all powerful. With the mastery gained in technology and with modern techniques of management, harnessing the resources available from the nature has become a great promise. But the inner secret of nature seems to defy every bit of knowledge and specialization. The more we try to subdue nature as a handmaid for our material ends, the more nature seems to dominate us through its invincible secrets and undefined power. The unseen power cannot be dismissed away as a myth or superstition, nor it can be treated as a part of nature. Rather, the unseen power dominates nature itself. Various nomenclatures have been ascribed to this power, such as destiny, luck, religion, creator, God, and so on. There is a clear correlation between time and fate, nature and destiny, and therefore the unseen power cannot be loosely defined under any of these categories. Therefore, the unseen power for our purposes could be termed as divine will, which is neutral in terms of caste, creed, religion, space, and time. The root of the word divine originates from the divination, which means diving deep into the beyond. Divine encompasses the whole cosmic unity principle. It is all pervading, irrespective of nationality, race, religion, caste, gender, and language. It is qualitative attribute like water, blood, breath, air, fire, which are the primal elements that sustain humanity at large. It is a divine willpower that can be tapped to achieve the goal of sustaining success on an enduring basis. The methodology to achieve this goal is taken from a very famous scriptural work known as Hymn to Aparajita, the goddess who can never be defeated. The genesis of this hymn traces itself to the celebrated scriptural work Durga Saptarshi, which is a part of the great Markandeya Purana. In the fifth chapter of Durga Saptarshi, the Devas, who are the noble beings, evoke the Supreme Mother, female divine principle, at the Himalayas to protect them from the terrifying Asurs, which are demonic beings bent upon destruction. It is mentioned in the work that the Devas offer all the oblations, including their mind matter and heart, into the fire of consciousness to invoke the Supreme Mother Durga for their protection. This hymn is known as the famous Aparajita Sutra. This hymn later on appears as an independent hymn at the end of chapter 13 of the Durga Saptarshi, which is known as Devi Slotam. In chapter 5, this hymn is a part of the dialogues between the rishis, the messengers of the demons, that is Dutas, and the Divine Mother in Devi Sotam. This hymn is itself the form of the total content. It is the Aparajita Sutra which forms basis for this work, which outlines the method to lead a life of unchallenged success. The work starts with an invocation and later on it is divided into 22 modules, each describing one ladder to achieve this process, along with the technique to tap the hidden divine willpower to take us higher and higher in the successive ladders of success which is unlimited. At the end, there is a benediction which sums up the whole methodology. The 22 action point represent the 22 essential principles of human existence encompassing the physical, intellectual, emotional and spiritual realms. This can be categorized as follows. First, for the physical, we need awareness, sleep, hunger, prosperity, and action. For the intellectual part, we need intelligence, power, thirst, creativity, peace, memory, and contentment. On the emotional part, we need reflection, forgiveness, modesty, devotion, attraction, empathy, and introspection. On the spiritual side, we need evolution, love, and consequences. These are the essential principles that make the sustainable basis for living beings. They are the fundamental principles on which success is defined. The management of these key factors is what has been ordinated in the scriptures. Effective management of these basic elements will result in unlimited and invincible success. However, these principles require a proper key. Left to themselves, they are the performance. With proper key, they become effective parameters for successful life management. The key principle is as follows. For the physical, we need awareness, which means I need a mission. For sleep, I need a dream. For hunger, I need energy. For prosperity, I need resources. And for action, I need results. For the intellectual part, for intelligence, I need vision. For power, I need achievement. For thirst, I need fame. For creativity, I need vigor. For peace, I need happiness. For memory, I need access. For contentment, I need patience. On the emotional part, for reflection, I need to cherish. Forgiveness, I need to care. Modesty, I need to share. Devotion, I need to dedicate. Attraction, I need to celebrate. Empathy, I need to surrender. Introspection, I need to transform. On the spiritual side, evolution, I need to recognize. Love, I need to reciprocate. And consciousness, I need to investigate. These are the fundamental principles of aparajita on which success is defined. To all the listeners, I, Adarsh Vyas, wish you a very successful life. Thank you.